please.
Hello. Welcome to all the participants of this MOOC on Introduction to Statistical Analysis to the today's session, that is 5th live session. I, Dr. Manoj Das, instructor of this MOOC, on my personal behalf and on behalf of and his Kalinga Institute of Social Science, welcome you all to the 5th live session of the. Hope I am audible. Are you getting my voice? Hello. Can you please respond in the chat box if I am audible to you? Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Yes,
Am I
I'm
audible?
available.
Am I audible?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, thank you. Let me continue. So once again, I welcome you all to the 5th live session. Now, the today's session is on questions of week 4. As you know, the week 4 module was difference between two means. So we will take up all the questions of check your progress, and at the same time, we will take up the reflection questions. There are 2 check your progress questions and 5 reflection questions. We'll take up all the questions. But before going to start this today's session, let me tell you one thing. The assignment that was asked to you, if you look into that assignment, while framing the 2 questions, the last 2 bits are pertaining to questions of week 4. If you have an assignment question, you can go through it. This is what is your assignment question. Here you will find that last 2 bits, that is where it is given that if a population mean is 105, can we say 99% confidence mean of the sample is that of the population mean? If another sample of 500 is drawn from the same population, which gives a mean of 118, standard deviation 15, test whether the difference between the 2 set of sample is significant at 0.01 level. So these 2 bits are to be taken while preparing the question or framing the question. So how to start this question, how to solve this question, how to get this answer, this is very important. So that this part we shall be discussing in today's session. So with today's session, all the answers of this course, that is module 1 to module 4, are there with your hand. Now, using these questions, the examples, check your progress, reflection questions, you are required to take a decision how to prepare a single question of your own for your assignment. So I'm trying to relate the today's discussion, even in earlier session also, the main motto was to relate the discussion with preparing a question, framing a question, so that it would be easy for you all to have the question of your assignment. So with this, let me start. And another important announcement, please note that the answers of today's question will not be given in the resource page. Yes, definitely, those who want, you can have a re-look into it using the YouTube link. The discussion, the interaction, if you can rewind, then you can get it again and again. But I would sincerely request you to kindly be active, not only active, be proactive during the course of discussion and interaction, so that I would be happy to take up more and more your questions, respond to your questions, respond to your queries, and it would help you in framing your question, preparing your question, finding answers of the question, then putting it in the form of a small report, that is statistical report. This is what is very important. Now, let us start. Towards the end, I'll again link the today's discussion with our assignment. Now, so as today's discussion, and in today's discussion, you will find that two things are very important. Already in the last cycle, last session, I had a discussion with you. You all have responded it very well. That is, we are required to compare two different means are there. Between the two different means, we are going to find out which one is better. If better, whether it is significant, the difference is significant or not. If significant, at which level of confidence we can make an estimate that the difference is significant. If not, we have to prove that it is not significant. So exactly in the same way, we'll take up it for the small sample as well as the large sample. Let us see how to move for the check your progress question. First, we'll start with the week 4 check your progress. Okay, let me share the screen. I'll share you the screen so that it will be easy for you. Okay, just a minute. Yes, this is what is the our week 4. Let's see, some of the typical questions are there in week 4. It's not difficult, but it's a bit confusing. So if you watch to it very clearly and thoroughly, you will get the idea. Is it visible to you? Are you getting my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. See. So this is what is our point of discussion today. Difference in two means. We need to test the hypothesis, whether there is, based on the question, we'll identify what is the problem, what to do, how to do, which formula is to be adopted, how to find out the critical value, how to find it with the table value, that is the calculated value. So based on the comparison of the calculated value and critical value, we are going to see whether or rejected. Then we will make our interpretation at 0.01 level, that is 99% confidence level, and another one is that is 95% confidence level, whatever the question may be. Now, first of all, look into the question 1. This is what is your check your progress question number 1. I hope you have gone through the question, you have gone through the module, you must have, many of you must have tried and solved it. Now, based on this question, the there, okay, the given information that are there, we are trying to find out what is given in the question to determine whether the wages per hour of skilled worker in two different companies are same And a researcher conducted a survey taking 150 workers from company A and 110 workers from company B. Between the workers of company A and workers of company B in terms of the wages they are getting, the hourly wages they are getting. In company A, average wage per hour in company A was found to be 105 with standard deviation 12. Company B 25 rupees, standard deviation 10. Okay, so find whether the difference in hourly wage of two companies are different at different level of significance or not. That we have to find. Means we are going to see the level of significance at 0.01 level as well as 0.02 level. At both level, we are going to see the level of significance. Now, see, based on the question that was given, this is what is the small analysis we have made. What are the information given about the company A? What are the information given about the company B? Okay, so what is the number of workers taken from A? 150. Number of workers taken from company B? 110. That is given in the question. I have not done anything new. And what is the mean wage per hour of company A? 105 rupees. Mean wage is 105 rupees. Whereas in case of company B, the mean wage is 125 rupees. Fine. What is the standard deviation in company A? 12 rupees. Company B, 10 rupees. So this is what is the information we have derived from the question. Looking into the question, what is the observed difference in hourly wage? In case the observed difference is 105 minus 125 modulus, mode is given, so difference is 20. So on the basis of the observation of the question, on the basis of the analysis of the question, you can say that the observed difference between the hourly wages of company A and company B is 20 rupees. Now, as per the question, the observed difference is in favor of company B. Yes, as per the question, because company B is 125 rupees, company A is 105 rupees. The difference is 20 rupees. The 20 rupees more, the average is 20 rupees more in case of company B. This is what is this observation in support of company B as we have obtained from the question. Now, based on this question, means this much is given in the question. On the basis of this information, can you tell me what we are going to do? Our next question is what we are going to do. We are going to test whether the observed difference between the hourly wages of company A and company B are significant at 0.01 level or at 0.05 level of significance. We want to see whether it is the difference, the observed difference which is visible is a significant difference or is not a significant difference. If it is significant difference, at what level of it is significant? With what level of confidence we can say that difference is significant? And this significant difference is in favor of company B. If not significant, what we can say? Why it is not significant? That judgment is to be made, that decision is to be made based on the statistical calculation. Now, coming to next. First, immediately find out standard error of difference. Formula is already given. If you have gone through the module, very clearly it is given the formula. Standard deviation of company A square by N1, standard deviation of company 2 square by N2, root over. This is the standard error of difference. So between the company A, company B, find out the standard error of difference. First question is there. Can we say hourly wage of company B is higher than of company A? This is what is the question. We do not know. Unless we solve the question, unless we find the answer, unless we make an analysis, we cannot say whether the hourly wage of company B is higher than that of company A or not. Even though there is a difference, the difference may be significant, may not be significant. That is what we are intended to do in this question. Okay. Now, what is the standard error of difference? If all the values are given, sigma 1 is given, n1 is given, sigma 2 is given, n2 is given. Simply put all the values, make the root over, you will find the standard error of difference is coming 1.36. If you have already done it, try to make a correlation, relate it with your answer. Or if you have not done it, please note it so that after this session, when you do it, you will be able to know, you will be able to assess whether it is right or not. Okay, standard error of difference. Hello.
Yes. In this question in the module, a large part of the information was missing.
Yeah.
So it could not have been done based on the information that was provided.
Okay, fine. We'll make this interpretation here in the discussion, in the live session today. Okay. We'll take up. See, so from the standard error of difference, now find out what is the Z value. We need to find out the Z value. So Z is equal to B by SED. B is the difference between the two mean. B represents difference between the two mean. So already we know what is the difference. That is 105 minus 125 means M1 minus M2. B is nothing but M1 minus M2. Mean of company A minus mean of company B. That is mod is taken in order to avoid the negative sign by 1.36. So here you will get the answer is 14.7. So the calculated Z is coming 14.7. Now, what is the critical value of ozone? 2.58 means at 95% level significance, the critical value is 1.96, and at 99% level of significance, the critical value is 2.58. This is already known to us. We have been doing this question from the module 2. Module 2. We have done the same thing in module 1. Now we are in module 3. Now we are doing it module 3 or 4 also. And this is obtained from the table. Now, coming to calculate the value, in case of, if you look into the 95% level of significance, 14.7 is much more than that of 1.96. Means calculated value is greater than that of the critical value. In 99% level of significance also, the calculated value is greater than the critical value. So whether we go to the 95% level of significance or we go for 99% confidence level, that is 0.01 level of significance, in both the case, the calculated value is greater than that of the critical. Null hypothesis is rejected in both the cases. So what is the null hypothesis? There is no significant difference between the hourly wage of company A and B. The thing what you were saying that it was missing, that is what I have been saying now. What was the null hypothesis? Null hypothesis states that there is no significant difference between the hourly wages of company A and company B. And what is alternate hypothesis states? Alternate hypothesis states that there is a difference, means hourly wage of company A is not equal to hourly wage of company B. So, but so far as this calculation is concerned, we can say that the null hypothesis is rejected in first case as well as the second case. Now, coming to the next one. This is what is the case. Already we have discussed this point. Okay, I hope this is up to this it is clear to you. Up to this it is clear to you. Now, there is a significant difference between the between the hourly wage of company A and company B, because null hypothesis is rejected. What is null hypothesis? There is no significant difference between company hourly wages of company A and company B. But as null hypothesis is rejected, we retain the alternate hypothesis. So we can say that the difference between the hourly wage of company A and company B is significant. There is a significant difference between the hourly wage of company A and company B. And this difference goes in favor of company A, because average hourly wage of company B is greater than that of the company A. So the difference goes in favor of a company B, as we had observed. And on the basis of the statistical calculation, we proved and we found that the difference which was going in favor of company B is found to be a significant difference. So we are 99% confident that hourly wage of company B is higher than that of hourly wage of company A. So what is the probability? The probability is 0.99. So in saying that we are 99% confident that hourly wage of company B is higher than that of company A, we are committing an error, only 1% error we are committing. So where the probability of committing the error is 0.01. The probability of commitment of the error is only 0.01. So this is what is all about the ways and means by which two different means are compared. On the basis of the comparison, observed difference is found out. On the basis of the observed difference, first find out the ACD, standard error of difference, by using the formula. When we get the standard error of difference, then go to find out the critical value at 0.05 level and critical value at 0.01 level. As it is a two-tailed test. In this case, both have the two-tailed test, so the critical value is directly obtained, that is 1.96 for 0.05 level, 2.58 for 99. And this is what is the analysis and interpretation we have made on the basis of the questions that was asked. Okay, if there is any question pertaining to query, any confusion, any issue, please ask. I will wait for 15 seconds. Then if I will not get any query, then I'll go to the next question. Okay.
Yes, hello, sir.
Yes, please.
You have told that there is a significant difference between company and company B, but this difference is very big or very small. How can we know that?
See, we are not going to find out how big is the difference or how small is the difference. If it is a statistically, we have a proof that the difference is significant. Suppose the observed difference is only 1 or 2 or 5. In this case, our observed difference is 20. But even if the observed difference is suppose 1, suppose there is a situation, we are getting a question where the observed difference is very small. Very small. We are not going to see whether the observed difference is small or big, because we are not going to do it from the layman point of view. We are going to make a statistical analysis. We are going to make a statistical interpretation. We are using the formula. Based on the formula, scientifically, we are going to make a proof that whether the difference is significant. If the difference is significant, there is enough to look into the aspect and see that, yes, definitely the wages given by the company A is much better than that of the wages given by company B as per our calculation.
Okay, so what I understood is that we are actually doing the cancel of one hypothesis, either null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis. This is the main goal. Yes?
Yes.
From two hypotheses, we will accept only one hypothesis, either null hypothesis or alternate hypothesis.
Always the null hypothesis is subjected to test. Alternate hypothesis is never subjected to test. Last time also I had a discussion on it. That is the reason why the null hypothesis is called statistical hypothesis. And the alternate hypothesis is called the research hypothesis. So we are going to make a test of the null hypothesis. Based on the statistical calculation, we are going to either accept the null hypothesis or reject the null hypothesis. If we accept the null hypothesis, it's fine. If we reject, then we return the alternate hypothesis. So
so here we are not testing any value. Okay, I understood it. We will not consider this a value.
Yes, we got some difference. We are in our purpose is to find out whether this difference is a appreciable difference or it is just a marginal difference. If it is a marginal difference, it would not be significant. If the difference is a big difference, it will be significant. The word significant itself gives the specification whether the difference is a marginal difference or a vast difference.
So I have, sir, another question. In calculated value, we got 14.7. For example, we got this value is 4 point something. Then it will be a significant difference or not significant difference?
Yes, absolutely significant. Even if it is 4.7. For example, just hypothetically consider that even if we are getting 4.7, then 4.7 is greater than that of the critical value.
So 2.0 is also greater than 1.96. So this is also No, I am not getting. But if we get 2.0 something, this is also greater than 1.96. So in that case, it will be a significant difference.
Yes, it is significant. Yes, absolutely significant.
Okay.
That
okay.
is the reason
okay.
I am saying that we are not going to find out how much more.
Okay. I understood.
Yes,
Okay, sir,
in the
I
last
understood.
session,
That means, yes, if it is greater, then it will be a significant
yes,
difference.
if it is,
The
if
value
the
is not
value,
be considered.
even if the value is just greater for 0.1.
Okay.
Even if the value
Oh.
is just higher than 0.1, we can say that it is a significant difference.
Okay, thank you, sir. I understood it now. Okay, sir.
So don't get confused how much it difference, because
Yes.
significant word is important. In statistics, the difference is significant means the difference is vast difference.
Okay,
so there is
sir.
something in company B for which the company B is giving much more weight than that of the company A. So definitely there is an action of the people towards company B.
Okay, sir.
Now,
Thank you very
coming to the
much,
next.
sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now coming to the next, that is the second question. Check your progress, question number 2. Check your question progress, question number 2. See, are you getting the question visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please have a look. Please have a look to the question. Please have a look to the question. Looking into the question very briefly, can you please tell me what is given in the question? Just my point is, have a look to the question. On the basis of your observation, just briefly, if someone can tell me what is given in the question.
Yes, sir. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. Anyone can tell. What is given in the question? Give me very briefly.
Right.
Population size 25
Okay.
10 is a population size.
Okay.
Then here given the mean performance of this trainee and standard deviation. And another intervention for this, there is also they have given 2 types of population. One is 25 and another is 20. And they given 2 mean. One is 20, one is 62, another is 68. And 2 types of standard deviation for 2 types of training. One is 6.7 and another is 5.8. And they also given, they tell that we need to test at 2 different significance level. One is 0.05 and another is 0.01 level.
So any other observation?
Sir,
Yes,
sample is same.
Yeah.
Okay, sample is same, and pre and post test is the result pre and post is given. That is different from other questions.
Okay. Any other observation?
Yes, sir.
Please tell. Yes.
You have pre-test and post-test. The pre-test is population size 25, mean 62, standard deviation 6.7, and the post-test population 20, mean 68, standard deviation 5.8. And as was said, you need to test at the 0.05 and 0.01 levels.
Yes. Let me tell you.
And directional hypothesis. There is a directional hypothesis.
There is a directional hypothesis.
Positive.
How did you come to the conclusion that it is a directional hypothesis? On what basis you have come to a conclusion that it is a directional hypothesis?
Because there is they are asking about positive impact of a spatial training program.
Whether there is any positive impact on the special training program.
So this is the directional hypothesis. Yes, sir.
Let us look into that. What is given in the question? Very good. See, this is what is the given in the question. There is a pre-test, there is a post-test. Means before the intervention, test was conducted on sample size was 25, mean was 62, standard deviation was 6.7. Okay. Now, thereafter, a special intervention was given to the same group of students. Now, the conducting the post test, number of sample who attended the post test 20, mean is 68, standard deviation is 5.8. Okay. Now, what is the observed difference? 62 minus 68, which is coming 6. Means the difference between the pre-test and post-test is 6. As for the question, the observed difference is in favor of the post-test because average of the post-test is higher than that of the pre-test. So the observed difference goes in favor of the post-test. So what we have to do? We have to test whether the observed difference is significant or not. This is the case. If you look and if you compare this question with the previous question, it is almost same. It is almost same, but only difference is that in the previous case it was a large sample, the sample size was very large. In this case, the sample size is small. Only difference is this, but rest all other things are exactly same. There was a observed difference. Here also we are getting observed difference. There we tested whether it is significant or not. Now also we are going to test whether the difference is significant or not. Now let's see how to start. See, let us first find out standard error of difference. The standard error of difference. Okay, so this is what is the standard error of difference. Now, see, find out T. D by ACD. Same thing. Put the value of ACD. So we are getting 2.09. The calculated value of the T is 0.9. 2.09. Okay. Now, what is the degree of freedom? As it is a small sample, we are finding out degree of freedom n1 plus n2 minus 2. Because two groups are there. Two groups are there. So n1 plus n2 minus 2. So which is equal to 43 minus 2. 25 plus 20, 45 minus 2, which is equal to 43. So at a degree of freedom 43, we have to find out the critical value. See, we are going to find out the critical value at 0.05 level of significance and a 0.01 level of significance. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Just I'm trying to connect just for a minute. I'm sorry.
Audible.
I'm trying to connect just a minute. I'm coming just a minute.
Recording in progress.
Okay, fine. Now I got the connection.